Hello, everyone. Our presentation today
Is coming up.
is on the magic of thinking small. How to easily create classroom videos to improve students' performance. We're from the Richard Stockton College of New Jersey. We're down in Galloway Township, New Jersey. And I'd like to introduce us to you. Bill Quain, Michael Scales, Kristen Camos, and my name is Cliff Witham. Hopefully you're going to enjoy our presentation today.
Okay.
So let's start off, Kristen, let's show them how we're going to record this.
Okay.
Because what we have is obviously a PowerPoint slideshow. We're using a thing called Screencast-o-matic,
They're not gonna be
which
able
is
to see
free.
it 'cause
We'll be
it's on
telling
my
you more
laptop.
about that. What we're going to do is we're going to actually record this session. It's going to record the video from the pictures from the screen and our voices through the computer microphone.
You guys probably saw the big 3, 2, 1, go. That was Screencast-o-matic getting ready to record this presentation. On my computer, what I see is a big red square that shows exactly what you're seeing, but it's also recording our audio. So it's just a fun little tool.
And the microphone it's using is?
The computer.
One built in the computer. And so what we're going to do is, after this presentation, any of you who would like to have a copy, just email us. I put my email address up here, and we'll post this to YouTube. We'll send you the address.
Okay.
All right, Bill, what are we talking about here? We're using technology to do the thing technology is supposed to do.
Technology is supposed to make your life easier. That's what we're trying to use this for.
What we want you to know is that this will help you increase participation in learning, help students, and also keep instructors engaged and creative. And the real scoop, this method reduces tedious, repetitive explanations. It makes us faculty members look like rock stars, and helps weed out students who just want information to be spoon-fed. Another great side effect is we get the top students will learn to brand their own names, becoming more valuable human beings. Potential employers will take note, and of course a rising tide floats all boats. Bill, what's stopping the average professor?
Well, first of all, let me just say the average professor, we don't mind insulting the average professor because in this room, of course, we're all above average professors. But a lot of people are kind of scared to get started with this, and yet it's so easy. And I don't know if you folks saw me walk around before, but I'm legally blind. I'm the one walking around with a white cane. That's it folded up over here, I think. And that's the kind of the irony. I need my white cane sometimes to find where my white cane is. But you know, we're showing us some simple techniques here. So Michael's going to read this to me because I can't read this stuff for myself. He's going to tell me what it is.
The first one, you can't teach an old dog a new trick.
Or old professor's new trick. That's how a lot of people think. You know, the average professor thinks, hey, I've learned stuff. I really can't learn this. And a lot of us think our students know this stuff better than we do. They really don't. I mean, it's amazing how much they don't know about technology.
The average professor thinks it has to be a Hollywood production.
Yeah, this is simple stuff. I mean, don't get yourself bogged down in thinking this has to be a great production. All this is for students to learn.
Some are camera shy.
Yeah, but everyone thinks that the camera adds 10 pounds. Well, it does. Get over it.
And some average professors are nostalgic.
They're waiting for the overhead projector to come back. I'm betting on it.
Can you be a little more specific of the 5 things we can do?
All right, so the 5 things are, you're going to take something you probably already have. Now, most of you have a smartphone right now, don't you? You can use that. I mean, that'll work for you. An iPad works for you. We're using Michael's laptop computer to record this. We have it plugged into the desktop one because they didn't have we couldn't find the microphone on the desktop one. So we have Michael's laptop computer in there. This is just easy stuff you have. What's number 2, Michael?
Learn 2 software apps.
2 software apps. One is Screencast-o-matic, and it's free. Let's all say that together. How much does Screencast-o-matic cost?
Free.
Free. We love that. Even at this time of year, your budgets can accommodate that. And the other one is going to be a thing called Doceri. which is not free, but it's cheap, cheap, cheap. How much is it?
Cheap,
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 cheap, cheap. It's $4.95. Now, I'm not talking $495, folks. I'm talking $4.95. It's an iPhone or an iPad app.
Could you spell those, Cast-o-matic? I think I.
We're going to show it to you in a second, okay? Yeah. It should be on your.
We also have handouts there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
It's right on your handout.
yeah. Okay. And then what's the third step, Michael?
We want to find lessons that often confuse students.
Yeah, in every one of your classes, you've got something that the students don't get right away. Well, this stuff is perfect for that because you can do this recording and then they're not bugging you. I first started doing this kind of thing in the late 90s, in the last century. Doing this, I had just a camera, a video camera, and I would put stuff on DVDs. I was teaching operations management, and I would put little mini lessons on DVDs. And when a student came and asked me a question about something I talked about in class, I would give them the DVD, say, "Go watch this in the computer lab, bring it back. If you still have a question, ask me then."
Then we're going to make a video.
Gonna make a video, easy video, not a big deal video, easy video.
And then post it.
Post it to YouTube and to Blackboard.
The 3 techniques.
So we have Screencast-o-matic, then Doceri, and then JPOV, which is just plain old video. That's your iPhone, whatever. It's almost like a selfie. But here's the thing. If your students ask you a question in class, and you can see people aren't getting it, you hand your iPhone or your iPad to one of the students in the class, and you say, "Let me go over that again. Record me." They all know how to do that. You know? And then you just have them record that, and we'll show you an example of that.
Class just ended and Cliff's exhausted. His students ask the same old questions about management skills. Instead of quickly fleeing to his office for his 3rd latte, he grabs his iPad for an in-class selfie.
So we'll show an example of that.
Today in class, I wanted to talk to you about where we picked up last time. We were talking about the various types of management skills. There are 3 specific kinds of management skills that all employers need to be aware of, and especially those people involved in training and development programs. The first set of skills that we deal with are called technical skills. And these are the skills that we call hands-on.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Thanks. Yeah, you see what Cliff was doing there? Just like we do in class anyway, he stands off to the side while he writes so the camera can watch it. Not a big production. Now, of course, with Cliff, it's a little bit more difficult because he has his Screen Actors Guild card. And so every time we re-show this, we have to make sure we get credit for it. So that was Cliff Witham in his starring role. That's JPOV, just plain old video.
And then the second example is the $4.95 Doceri app.
Yeah, this is $4.95. Let me just show you. Kristen, thank you. So, did you hit record? Okay. Okay. So now I'm recording, and all I got to do, I can use my finger, or I can use a stylus if I want it to be a little bit neater, and I'm just recording while I write numbers down. Or whatever I want to do. I can write notes, whatever. I can set this up ahead of time. Let's show you an example of one that we did the other day. I mean, it turns your iPad into a whiteboard.
Even, now everybody knows in break even that fixed cost plus variable cost equals break even sales. But a lot of people don't know how to operationalize that. Let's say we have something where the selling price equals $100 and the variable cost for that is $75. That's pretty high variable cost, but at least with a contribution margin of $25. Now, where does contribution margin go? It goes into the fixed cost hole. Remember, we talked about how fixed costs are a hole in the ground into which you pour your contribution margin. So let's say that this hole here is $500 deep, all right, and we make one sale. We have $25 in contribution margin that goes into the hole. The fixed cost hole is now $475 deep. We're going to keep dropping $25 at a time of our contribution margin into the fixed cost hole until it fills up.
Okay. By the way, how many times do you have to drop $25 into a $500 deep hole to break even? 20 times.
Did you finish the series?
All right. That's Doceri. Very easy to use. There's a lot more advanced stuff you can do with that. You can actually use Doceri to control your PowerPoints from another computer, and then you can annotate them. There's all kinds of things you can do with it, but in this basic, simple form. And we do tons of these Doceri videos, because we do some quantitative courses. They're fantastic for that.
Example 3, Screencast-o-matic. Aristotle once said, there's nothing more confusing than trying to teach students how to set up an online spreadsheet. Not anymore, Aristotle. Michael makes simple or complicated videos that record anything that happened on his computer screen. Michael's students were too busy texting their friends this morning to remember his demonstration on how to build an Excel bar graph.
Okay, what you want to do is you want to set up your 2 columns. We have one column here, as you can see, super variables, and the other column lists the comments and the number of comments. And you want to highlight these in order to get a chart. We highlight this. We go over here to the charts. We click, and we're going to go to, and very simply, you have your chart made. And if you want to look, you can see the first 2 columns, peak hours, and the website are the majority of the problems. Thank you for listening.
Now, it amazes me that our students don't know how to set up Excel spreadsheets. They can fill the numbers in. They can probably do this, but they don't know how to actually build an Excel spreadsheet. All 3 of us in our classes, Michael, Cliff, and I, we use Excel spreadsheet data analysis. So the students are always wondering, well, how do you set this up? I mean, if we give them the formulas and we set the sheet up for them, they have no problem typing numbers in. But beyond that, so we use these all the time in class to show them how to set up the spreadsheet. And again, when I'm in class sometimes, I'll call a student up who's pretty good at it, and I'll walk them through the problem and let them do it, and we record the whole thing. That's using Screencast-o-matic. And by the way, how much is Screencast-o-matic? Free.
And it's a special bonus feature at no extra cost for BPTS participants. Teach your students to create personal brand equity by recording their presentations. Did the new hire get a special project assignment? Was the big boss in the bathroom during the presentation? No problem. Capture the information and, more importantly, the emotion and excitement, and go viral.
In my classes now, my students no longer make presentations like we're doing in the classroom. Instead, they record it ahead of time. And they come in and they show the videos in the class as a presentation. And they get graded not only on the information, but on how well they
Welcome to the Landshark
Here's
Bar
an
Grill in
example.
Atlantic City, New Jersey, home of the Fin Duck Club and free Landshark Lager.
This is an actual student project.
Yep. Just goes through the whole thing.
Yeah, it goes, I think it's about 7 or 8 minutes, something like that. So now what they've got,
Welcome to the Landshark Bar.
here he comes again. Now what they've got, in that particular project, the students had to do a social media campaign. They had to use an email marketing technique, a text marketing technique,